Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin seems to be following through on the wave count so far. Talked about it in the previous video that this wave 1 down here is nearly finished. I've actually added now the wave count for the sub-wave count for this yellow wave 3. Just zooming out a bit, you may remember what we talked about. We talked about that off this April high, we've been coming down, or we're coming down in a WXY correction. Bitcoin is moving nicely within this trend channel that you can see on this dotted line there. The idea was, and the problem is it's pretty much in the middle. So there's no clear trend line support or resistance. We're just moving in the middle of that trend channel. However, the peak here on the 28th of May represented a B wave top. And the idea is that we're moving down in this WXY structure. And within the Y wave, obviously, that we are moving in an A, B, C structure, or alternatively also WXY. And if it's a WXY, we may not get this 4 and 5 down here. So the idea is to go down lower anyway for another low. And the idea was that off this B wave top, that we're coming down in an impulse. That's sort of been the primary scenario. Wave 1 in an impulse, then here a 3-wave pullback ABC. This is likely over, but as I said to you, it could be, and that is sort of the annoying thing with these corrections, it could be that this is extending. So until we get a break below the low of the wave 1, which is here, 26,500, theoretically, this wave 2, which presumably topped yesterday, can easily extend. You may ask, how is that possible? Well, anything's possible, but why is that likely? Well, it is likely because what would be the subdivisions? How would they be? Well, it would then be A wave up. This would be the B wave. And this is possible as long as we don't, well, it's likely as long as we don't break below 25,300 that we do something like that. And then you may ask, okay, but the move down is an impulse. It is an impulse, but what would the subdivisions be? Well, see, the subdivisions would be A wave, B wave, C wave, with the C wave being an impulse. So that's sort of something to think about. That's, there's no way of knowing that. The reason why I'm thinking this could be the case, that we get another chop, is because we are just in that type of environment at the moment where you need to think about how could Bitcoin, how can the market harm the most people? And it's exactly by doing that. Yeah, doing the chop, doing the up and down, you know, like, I don't know, freshly caught fish on a boat or whatever, just jumping up and down. And if we break below that wave 1 low, that will just get much less likely that we get this wave 2. And the wave 2 obviously has been very weak. It's nearly reached the 50% FIB level. Okay, it's not very weak, but it's also not been very strong. So it has space to the upsides to do that still. But at the moment, because we have an impulse down and we did fulfill the minimum requirements for this wave 2, the assumption is this is the wave 1 to the downside and we're going to retrace in a wave 2. This wave 1 could be over at any point. Maybe it's already over now. I confirmed that or highlighted that already on Discord and Telegram, that this could be the low of the wave 1 because we have just most wave or all the waves complete. Doesn't mean it must bottom here or find the low, but it indicates that this could be the low. And now we need to be watching for reversal signal. So if we now see a few green candles, price could retrace into this retracement resistance region between $27,050 and $27,300. As long as we stay below $27,300, price should follow through to the downside. If we break above 27,300, it would indicate to me that this wave 2 is simply going to extend, which would be annoying because it will be another up and down. But that's sort of the situation we're in at the moment. Ultimately, what Bitcoin needs to do to confirm that, yes, we are in this third wave to the downside finally, needs to break below the 26,500 level, and then in an ideal world also break below these important support levels here, especially the 25,820 level. taking that out and then finally following through. There is more support along the way. We've got the 25.3k level, 50% retracement, and the fact that we're finding support now is not surprising. I think I did highlight that level in the previous video. So we had a lot of support here structurally, but also it is the 38.2 Fibonacci support level, so, or Fibonacci resistance level. So there is a lot of support here. Then obviously we've got that wave 1 low that needs to be taken out and the wave A low. So there's a lot of work to do for the bears here. It is choppy environment. In this environment, think about what could the market do to harm them, you know, the biggest number of people, the biggest number of traders and the largest number of traders. And that would just be maybe a stronger retracement than it would be ideal. I did warn on the weekend extensively and also last week about, even though it's following the count at the moment nicely, but you know, we've got a bit of a hot run now, but that can change easily in a correction. You need to be aware that the market, especially in this environment, which is very corrective, we are going to see corrections where we don't expect them. We are going to see pullbacks where we don't expect them. It's just what the market does in this type of environment. And therefore, and I can't give you financial advice, but sort of what is reasonable tactically in such an environment, in my opinion, is not to overtrade, not to try to catch every single wave. It's trying to widen stops a bit, but then you have to reduce your position size, just not be overly aggressive, right? And take it a bit slowly. And then very simply, this environment is not for everybody. It's a range environment. But let's see. I mean, we are getting towards the end of this correction, hopefully, but based on this, it should head down further. Certainly, my minimum expectation to complete this entire correction, I would like to see price at least go down to 25.3k. So there's a bit more work to do, but it also will not happen in a straight line. And yeah, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership and also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You can find the links to those channels in the video description. There's additional content there every day. We also publish some signals there, stuff about mindset, trading, tips and tricks, all sorts of stuff. Hopefully added value. And yeah, please hit the like button. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.